All right. In today's video, I will be going over Octavia, who I think personally is the queen of CC. She is insanely good at crowd control, and I've survived very long survivals with her because her utility is just insane. Like always, let me know what you want to see next in the comments. Let me know how I should improve my videos. Just comment. Help me out, help me grow. But again, suggest what you'd like to see. Now, to start off, like what I always do, is we'll go over, kind of show some of the abilities here. The thing that you're gonna notice is I have no power strength, and I know that things like metronome really help if you have power strength. Get those percentage increases really up high. And as you notice, I barely get anything. But you'll see why that you don't really need those. And the reason is you're going to probably notice a lot of the times that on my builds and things is, unless it's 100% needed for that character, I almost avoid power strength at all costs. Because, again, with these builds, it's going about how long can you last, how far can you go, and these are going to be great in basically any situation. That's what my builds are for. As you'll notice with some of the frames, that their skills end up not, they unless they really need the power strength, I'm not going to use it because it doesn't scale, and if it doesn't scale, like what's the point? So here's just kind of a quick rundown of what I'm using. Obviously, Thief's Wit, that's just kind of for me. Obviously, that you can kind of replace with whatever you want, but because of the build I haven't formatted her at all, and that's why I just kind of threw on the next best thing I had. So, big thing I want with most of my builds is, you'll kind of notice, is duration and range. Those are the big things, and they make her kit. It still makes everything in her kit 100% usable. It's just the metronome buff. We're going to be using only one buff in particular. And oh, I should say too, the trick with her to making her absolutely viable is when you go to, let me see if I can remember how you view music here. I actually kind of forget how you view music. Yeah, here we go, Manticore. You will notice, oh god. Basically with the mana chord, you can always change the music or silence it if you want, but the one thing that I do is I have a note on every single spot, and you'll see why I have it like that in just a second. Big thing is whether you want to make your own song that incorporates it or something else, or just silence it and just have a bunch of just lines going across. What I highly recommend is having a note on every single little section here. So you can have just one, or you can have them all. It's up to you. But again, make sure one is on every single one. So what that will do is, if I use metronome right now, is you notice there are a lot of lines. But what this does is this allows me to be very careless in what I can do. I don't have to time anything. I can basically just mash crouch. And look at that. I'm invisible. And if you notice at the top right, I'm invisible for 27 seconds. 27 seconds, and I can recast it until my time runs out. I can keep using it, refreshing it until my timer in the bottom right goes down. 27 seconds of invisibility. That, in a very large range of anybody else who also spams crouch, will be invisible for 27 seconds. So this is like taking Ash's, I forget what ability he has, but when he does a smoke screen of people around and become invisible, and then Loki's invisibility, who has a very long duration invisibility. I think he might have it a bit longer, but taking two of those and just making like the ultimate, and then you can just basically do it on the fly. On top of that, what this is going to do is, we throw out, let's go in the middle here. Throw out our mallet. So you're going to notice that it's going to have a large range. Now, the thing with mallet is that draws aggro in from enemies, and they're going to basically want to shoot that as well as it's going to take damage. You incorporate that with Resonator, and you basically have this thing that they're going to chase down. You incorporate that with her 4th skill, it's going to increase the range even more on that, so that you can basically lock down an area of where these enemies are not going to touch you. On top of that, if you're invisible, what's going to happen to you? Nothing. You're basically 100% safe. The big thing is just make sure you're invisible. As long as you stay invisible, as long as you keep all your skills up, especially with her perk of where if you throw out more skills, you have like a higher energy regen. So as long as if you have a that mod on there, which God forbid I actually remember off the top of my head now. Look at that. See, I'm not even trying to become invisible, and I end up becoming invisible. But yeah, as long as you have Energy Siphon, just one, obviously the more people you have on it, the better your regen's going to be. So, just to kind of show you, because it's, and of course that's what I'm going to do, that just how insane of a character she is. Like always, there was some bombards up here, wondering why it says 0. Very odd. See if I can fix that here. Okay, there we go. Throw in these guys. Like normal, level 145. What I'll do is I'll start off with Metronome, turn invisible, and then throw out my other skills. Now, we basically have a lockdown of where these guys are going to completely ignore me and go after that. To which you're free to, with whatever weapon you see fit, absolutely take control out of everything. Whether it be guns, melee, you are safe. Just big thing is, might get like 4 seconds left. Let me crouch, refresh that. It's just keep track. And you're gonna and the funny part about this is you're gonna have an insane amount of icons at the top of your screen. As well as anybody you're playing with. They're gonna be massively confused at what's going on. Not confused, but they're gonna be like, what the hell? I've gotten some funny comments from people with what have been using her. But, like, look at this. I'm not even trying. They don't even know what to do. They're not attacking. They're just, shoot. Just, you do whatever you want. It's free reign. She is I kid you not, the Queen of CC. And she's just a great supporting character. With the ability of Metronome reaching out a very far range, that's the reason I have it. Having it reach very far range so that people around me can benefit, especially if they know, oh, hey, I just need a crouch, that you can save a lot of people in different situations. Well, there we go. I should fix that problem. Man, I didn't even realize they were shooting at me. So what we'll do is, again, we'll try out another set. This works on everything. This is probably one of my most favorite characters to use because she is useful in every single situation, except for maybe no, I can't even think of anything. I mean, if you could think of a situation where this isn't useful, please let me know, because she's great in every situation. I think the only thing that can irritate you is your music. If you don't have your music muted or something with her, I can see that becoming annoying, or the effects you see, while you're doing Metronome, I guess, can definitely get a little annoying. But like always, those 4 skills, you throw them out, you're gonna get enough regen that you should be able to keep them up on top of orb drops to keep your health, your energy topped up at almost all times. And look at this, just refresh your crouching, spam crouch a little bit, and you're golden. You got nothing to worry about. Everything is just dead, locked down. Just clear these guys out a little bit. But as you look at that, they can't even do it. Again, I have used this build just because I wanted to test. I wanted to see how far I could take this build. I was in a survival for a couple hours, and I just left because I got bored. But I was able to keep just killing things, and just keep refreshing everything. In defenses, this works. In rescues, it works. It keeps, everything, you get to go invisible. Everyone gets to go invisible. So it's not like, oh, hey, my friend didn't bring a stealth frame. He can't do anything. Yeah, as long as they don't bring a weapon that is loud, right before you all go in, you pop that, you all crouch stealth, go to town. Her support is insane. And again, probably one of my favorite frames to use with no matter what I'm doing. If I'm like, hey, what the hell am I gonna do? You know what? I bring Octavia. So again, thanks guys. Hope these builds help you out. Again, let me know what you'd like to see next, as well as just give me some feedback in the comments. I'm really looking for those. And guys, have a good one.